Palestine is considered one of the richest countries in the Middle East in terms of ornithological biodiversity, as being situated biogeographically in a unique location between three continents, Asia, Africa, and Europe, while lying on a long distance of the eastern shore of the Mediterranean. Theoretically, the whole of the country may be considered as one bottleneck for migrating birds, and so becoming as one of the most important bird areas in the Western Palearctic. Consequently, large numbers of migrating birds cross the country during their migration, particularly Jerusalem Mountains and the Jordan Valley. Around 520 species of bird had been recorded in Palestine, those belonging to around 206 genus, to more than 65 families and around 21 orders. The most familiar kinds are the Accipitridia family or falcons, such as the golden eagle, and some kinds of gull species and wheat ears. As for the largest order of bird species that occurs in Palestine, songbirds form about 190 species. Moreover, there is around 170 kinds of breeding bird species, such as the little owl, and around 100 species of resident birds, like the Palestinian sunbird. It is noticed that the number of water birds increases on the Gaza shore and its valley, like the little gull, the ibis, and the little tern. Some of the raptors are considered to be threatened, particularly the resident ones that inhabit the Palestinian wilderness, such as the griffon vulture, as well as the globally threatened migrant ones like lesser kestrel. In addition to other migratory raptors such as the booted eagle, it is emphasized that the species number of birds of prey is declining in nature, and the main threats for that arise from the uncontrolled and increasing in hunting activities, collecting the eggs and chicks, the disturbing and destroying of the nesting sites, Raptors are uniquely useful for the nature and are used as a biological pest control. These raptors exterminate the mammals and insects that affect the agriculture, harvest negatively, and also dispose the manure of the carcasses that are left in the nature due natural death or being killed by humans. In general, birds occurring in Palestine can be categorized into 5 groups. Resident birds. Those are bird species that breed, lay their eggs, raise their chicks, and spend their lives in Palestine. The species number of these birds in the region is around 100, such as the griffon vulture and the Palestinian sunbird. Winter visitor birds. Those are bird species that arrive to the country during the months of September and December, mostly coming from Europe. While departing between the months of February and March without breeding. Such birds are the starling and the black-headed gull. We may also find that some of the winter visitor birds tend to be resident ones that breed and spend their lives in Palestine, like the European hoopoe, which became a resident bird lately. Summer visitor birds. Those are bird species that stay in the country between February and September. Most species arrive to this country in their juvenility and remain in the area till they reach their adulthood. After that, return back to their original residence to breed, and the commonest of them are the yellow wagtail and the European roller. The migrants. Those are the birds that pass through over the country twice a year in their way from and to Europe and Africa at an intercontinental junction. Where they remain for a couple of days or weeks to migrate again, such as the white stork, and some other raptors like the black kite. The vagrants. Those are the birds that appear outside their normal range with inconsistent periods. As for the causes of migration, they vary between indirect causes, the original cause that is born with the birds by instinct, which exists within them. The other reason is the direct or seasonal cause, which is the factor that manipulates the instinct for the willingness and to migrate among the birds, such as the weather conditions like the temperature and pressure, where the low and stable temperatures during the autumn work to strengthen the impulse of migration. During migration, we can notice that the birds pass through over several exceptional areas with a usual and stable pattern of migration throughout its seasonal migration routes, where they pass through based on the food resources, thermals, or the weather status, and they are as follows. The Jordan Valley. This area is unique for location with around 400 meters below sea level, where there is a relative abundance of water from flash floods and permanent springs like Al-Auja, Al-Fashkha, and Ain Al-Qilt. as well as the existence of salt-tolerance plants, the existence of many kinds of insects, the richness of its soil, and unique components, alongside with the existence of some artificial pools which are used for irrigation, where some fishes, frogs, and water insects can be found in it. Some of the most important birds in the area are white stork, black stork, green heron, black kite, and lesser kestrel. Apart from the eastern slopes, which are situated between the Jordan Valley and the mountain heights, these locations are considered to be as a complete sequence that the raptors and the soaring birds benefit from their thermals. The second route, the mountain heights. The height of these mountains exceeds 800 meters above sea level by its consistence of natural and afforested forests and groves, are known for its biodiversity that attract the migrating birds who acclimatized and benefit from these features during their nocturnal and diurnal movement and migration, where they can be seen on low altitudes and sometimes soaring heights such as the honey buzzard. The third route, the coastal shore of Gaza, because this area is close to the Mediterranean Sea and the availability of living within it, like many kinds of fishes, fungus, mollusks, and echinoderms. These are considered to be a large and variable source of food for many kinds of birds, such as coot, and the different kinds of gulls, and more. Palestine Wildlife Society has played a major role in implementing projects that revolve around surveying, monitoring, and protection of birds in different areas, such as monitoring station of wildlife in the Jordan Valley, Beit Jala, and Gaza. Where they have a unique role in raising the environmental awareness among the local communities and the students. Particularly in the fields of bird ringing for migrating and resident birds. Palestine Wildlife Society is always seeking to work in implementing such activities and have great direct effect on the conservation of wildlife in general and the birds in specific.